Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. Now, the Toronto Symphony has been in existence for more than 100 years, and for the very first time, they are presenting a Calypso concert. It's titled Hot, Hot, Hot. It's happening in February, and this morning I want to tell you about the people who are seizing this opportunity by the horns and leading the chart. Daniel Bartholomew Poyser, he's Barrett Principal, Education Conductor, and Community Ambassador, and King Cosmos, vocalist, but not just a vocalist. He is the 2024 Calypso Monarch in Canada. Good morning and welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you.
How are we doing this morning, gentlemen?
Doing great.
All right, Daniel, let me start with you.
Couldn't be better.
Daniel, let me start with you. Tell me about this opportunity to direct and conduct in the Toronto Symphony Calypso concert, Hot, Hot, Hot.
Well, my mom grew up in Belmont, right? And I grew up in Calgary, Alberta, born in Montreal. So I grew up listening to not only, orchestral music that she listened to when she was a young girl growing up, but also to, Scrunter and Sparrow and Lord Kitchener and singing Francine and all of this. So these are the sounds that I grew up with. So when I became an orchestral conductor, I had the opportunity to put together the sounds of the music that I love with the sounds of the orchestra. So in this case, it's Calypso. So all these pieces that we love, like stuff like Farmer Nappy, Roaring Lion, Lord Invader Sparrow, like Gene and Dinah, of course, right? With the sounds of the orchestra, it's going to be absolutely incredible. And I'm really excited and proud to be able to take the part of Trinidad and Tobago that is me and bring it together with the orchestra that I also love.
So tell me, is it that you spearheaded this initiative, or how did this initiative come to be that, finally they decided this is the first time you're doing a Calypso concert?
Yes, I get to come up, they give me a lot of freedom and a lot of basically power to come up with crazy ideas. So I just said, hey, why don't we do Calypso? And there's a huge, as you know, Toronto has a huge Caribbean community and North America's biggest Caribbean festival, right? Yeah. Caravana. So, and also, I have a cousin who lives up in Brampton where there's a huge Caribbean community. And she said, Daniel, and she gave me the look. She said, you need to do this. So I know you're doing shout outs this morning. Shout out to Janine up in Brampton who said, this is happening. You need to do your best to make this happen. Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you for doing your best to make sure that it happens. King Cosmos, how does it feel for you to be a part of this concert?
Oh man. I'm like a kid at Christmas Eve right now. Okay. And I've been that way for the longest while. It's just wonderful. It's a dream come true. For some time, I'd been wondering what it would be like to sing with a symphony, Toronto Symphony to be specific. And the way things moved, I'm just amazed. I'm truly amazed. So this is an opportunity. I would have been singing in Trinidad at Classic Russo this year, but I couldn't turn this down. When Danielle and Toronto Symphony came through, I just said, well, I don't even have to think about it. It's a no-brainer,
I hear that. I definitely hear that. So we're looking forward to it. It's happening on the 16th of February at the Roy Thompson Hall. Danielle, how did you go about deciding what songs you want to feature in this and which songs you're using vocalists for?
Well, the main concert in Brampton is happening on the 16th, but before that, we have a week of education concerts where young people from all over Toronto, over 10,000, are going to be coming to hear these songs. Right, to hear the music of the orchestra put together with Calypso. So how we chose is thinking about the young people. It's historical. It's about Kaiso. It's about soca. It's about chutney soca. It's about Calypso. Understanding the different genres. Understanding how Calypso is not just music to dance to, but also how it tells stories. How it tells political stories. So talking about social inequity. Talking about Scrunter. She want me to sing in Chiparti. Musicians not being paid. There are stories in Calypso, and that's where we're introducing the students to how this is an art form that's about dancing, but it's educational for the kids. So they learn that music can not only be fun, but it can also be something that tells a story that has political impact. Roaring Lion, Jail Den, capitalism gone mad, talking about prices going up in time of inflation. So Calypso is evergreen, right? It's talking about the issues that are affecting us today. And we thought about a lot of that in putting this concert together.
How has the diaspora been responding to the news of the concert, the news of the education series so far?
Well, the concerts in Toronto are largely education. The concert's also happening at the National Arts Centre Orchestra in Ottawa, the nation's capital. And those concerts are those are evening concerts that are longer, and those are basically selling out. So everything is sold out. The student concerts are sold out, over 10,000 kids coming, and people vote with their feet, and they want to hear calypso in Toronto and Ottawa, and they want to hear it with orchestra. So it's a great time, and we have wonderful art. King Cosmos is incredible as a calypsonian, and we're so lucky to have his authentic voice as part of this program. We're just really blessed.
I'm interested to know in terms of when you are translating it for the orchestra to be able to play it. One, what are the challenges that you would have to overcome? And two, when you're linking it with the vocalists, especially like the King Cosmos, and I also understand you have Makome Fifi as well on the cast. In terms of making room and making space for their voices to be able to be heard as well, what are some of the challenges that you've faced so far?
Well, and also having the pan instruments, right? Because we have Pan Fantasy, a renowned Canadian pan group that's going to be playing with us. That's exactly what you said. It's about having the space to hear all the instruments. Now, orchestra is really flexible, so it's easy to do that because you have the three sections, right? You have the woodwinds, the brass, the percussion, and the strings. So you don't have to have everybody playing all the time. It's about painting with different colors of sound, not everybody all the time. Also, the arrangers that we got to work on the program, like one of them worked on Oppenheimer, which is the award-winning film score. We got some of the best arrangers in North America to work on these charts, right? So spare no expense. It's really wonderful what they've done.
So how come you didn't reach out to any of the Trinbagonian arrangers?
Well, yeah, this is one of the things. That's a good question. Oftentimes in orchestra, we work with the people that we already have established relationships with, but This is the first project of its kind, not the last. So if there are Trinbagonian arrangers that would like to work with the orchestra, please get in touch with me either on Instagram or through email. And for future projects, we would love to have you work with us.
Well, I can definitely tell you that we're in the heights of the carnival season now, and we hear arrangers working with the steel orchestras on a daily basis, but we definitely have arrangers and people who I'm sure going to reach out to you after this interview this morning. So look out for your DMs.
Hope so.
Look out for your DMs being full. King Cosmos, tell me, in terms of the rehearsal process so far with the orchestra, how have that been going? How has that been going?
Well, we are doing homework right now. The way it's been set up, we've been sent the material that we're going to be working with. So we'll meet next Monday. It's going to be a tight rehearsal. Daniel is more qualified to speak on that than I am, but from the correspondence we've had so far, I can see that we are expected to do our homework, and when we arrive, we hit the ground running, as politicians love to say. So it's a challenge, but one that can be easily met.
Yeah, is that your usual your style of preparation
process? No, it's not. But listen, I live a life of adventure. I'll be learning a lot in this. I'm a lifelong learner. And I take up the challenge. But listen, let me pivot a little bit. I was born in Princestown, Trinidad. Okay, I got to let people know that. I'm a country boy, born in Princestown, Trinidad. And unlike Daniel, when I was growing up, is licks if you're listening to certain calypso and licks if you're beating pan. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the Latin influences and everything. Something about the music just stayed in me. I guess maybe I was a natural born rebel, but I am glad that I stayed with this, because even as an educator, I remained with the culture, remained with the culture over the years. So now to come back to this, I so look forward to this process because it's going to be completely different. It is different. And it's a challenge that I know that I'll meet quite successfully.
I have no doubt about it, and I look forward to seeing what's happening. So, Daniel, just give us a quick recap of some of the events that people can catch, and if you can give us ticket access as well, where can we get tickets for, well, those who may be in Canada and interested in finding out? Do you have that information or no?
Yeah, if they Google The Rose Brampton, that is the place where it's going to be happening over the Family Day long weekend that's coming up. So the Rose Brampton .ca, they will be able to find tickets there, absolutely. But if you Google Toronto Symphony Orchestra Calypso, it should also come up as well. Tickets are selling out for the Brampton. And then also, if you're in Ottawa and interested in the National Arts Centre Orchestra, you can look that on the National Arts Centre Orchestra website and find tickets there. They are actually selling out again as well, too. But there are tickets that are left and are available.
Fantastic. Let me say thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this morning. Congratulations on this initiative, and I look forward to hearing more, and I look forward to your linking up with some of the Trinbagonian arrangers. Yeah?
Absolutely. And pan orchestras and performers, everybody, and orchestras.
Definitely. All right, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
So much.
Thank you so much. All the best to you. Thanks, Daniel.
All the best. Thanks for having us.
No problem at all. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Daniel Bartholomew Poyser, Barrett Principal Education Conductor and Community Ambassador, and King Cosmos, vocalist in 2024 Calypso Monarch in Canada, letting us know a bit about the Toronto Symphony Calypso concert that's happening and the education series attached to it as well. So like he said, you can just Google it and the information will come up. Love that for us. Let's take a quick break and come back with more on the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned.